The universe is always communicating with us, but if you don't know how the universe communicates, it is really easy to miss it, which is why I wanted to make this video to share with you 10 ways the universe communicates with you. Because if you understand how the universe communicates, then you will be more aware and able to pick up on the communication. And the communication we get can really help us, can really help guide us on our path and on our journey here. So it's really beneficial information to know. So the first way the universe communicates is through synchronicities. So synchronicities are like coincidences. They say that there is no such thing as a coincidence. So if you're, say you're thinking about something and then you are scrolling on social media and you see a meme that was exactly what you were thinking, that is not a coincidence. That is a synchronicity. That is communication. So I'll share with you one of my examples. Back in June, I was doing this 4-day online spiritual event. On the 4th day, we were doing a group meditation. And as we were doing this group meditation, I had a realization come up. And the realization was to step into a leadership role. With what I'm doing with my YouTube channel, I'm building a spiritual-based business. So the realization was to step into this leadership role. And then after we did that group meditation, the next part of the event was the co-host was on stage and he was talking to us about some things. And the thing he started talking about was stepping into the leadership role. I was like, that's not a coincidence, right? That's communication from the universe. That was a message from the universe to me, telling me this is what I need to be doing at this point in time with my business. So I received that communication because I understand synchronicities. So that's an example. So again, coincidences, if you're experiencing these funny little coincidences, that is not just a coincidence, it is communication from the universe. Now, the second way that the universe communicates is through numbers. You may see repetitive numbers in your reality. It could be, when you're looking at the time. It could be as you're driving around, the city and you see the numbers popping up on number plates. So, for example, we have the angel numbers like 111s, 222, 333, 444, and so on. And each number has its own meaning. So if you're seeing these repetitive numbers, I recommend actually giving it a little Google search and just to find out what the meaning is behind the number. So for example, one of my examples again is ever since I started this YouTube channel, I've been seeing the number 44, like everywhere. It's kind of spooky. Every time I look at the clock, it's always like 8:44, 10:44, 11:44. I look at my phone battery percentage, it'll be 44%. I might be out driving and see 44 on a number plate, like I'm seeing the number everywhere. So that is a form of communication. And I Googled it, I searched up what 44 meant, and it was very relevant to me building this business. So it was basically just kind of talking about having patience and perseverance and building a foundation. So I was like, this is communication, So that's the second way that the universe will communicate is through numbers. Now, the third way the universe can communicate is through people or animals. So the universe can use people or animals as a vehicle to get this message across to you. You may meet someone that offers you an opportunity that's setting you up on the right path. You may hear a message on the radio of someone talking and they're just saying something and it's very relevant to you and your situation. It could be an animal, so I'll share an example of mine. It was really funny, actually. So the day before my birthday, I was at the beach and I was there with a friend and they were encouraging me to get into the water. And I was like, no, I'm good. I haven't swam in the ocean in a long time. I don't know what's lurking in there. I was like, I just stayed in the shallow bit playing in the waves. I went back out this next day on my birthday to go and just play in the waves again. And I ended up feeling something bump me, and I turned around and I was like, what? Oh, it's a bee, you know? So I thought I might have bumped the bee and might have upset it. I don't know. I just sort of moved away from it. As I moved away, I noticed, oh God, the bee's following me. And I started freaking out because I thought, because I bumped the bee, it might think that I was trying to hurt it. So now it's coming after me. So here I am, like running, being chased by this bee. And I realized, like, what do they do in cartoons? They dive in the water away from the bees, you know? So I realized, oh my God, I have no choice but to dive in under the water. And I did. And I lost my sunglasses. They got washed off my face and I'm swimming for my life. And then I pop up and I'm like, where's this bee? And it was gone. And then I just laughed. I had this moment with the universe because I just knew it was communication from the universe. I knew that they used the bee, that little bee, to chase me around, to get me in the water. Like, stop being so scared, get in there. So that's an example of how it can use an animal, or it could even be something like animals can symbolize things. So for example, I was watching I don't really watch TV actually. It was just on in the background. It was The Simpsons and then Family Guy followed afterwards. And in both episodes, Bart and Peter both had a falcon on their arm. And I thought that's so strange that both episodes were kind of like the same storyline, both had this falcon. I thought, what is the symbolism of falcons? So I looked it up. And it was very relevant to me building an online business. There was another message there for me as well. So animals can also symbolize things. If you're seeing the same animal popping up, give it a Google search and just find out what it symbolizes. Now, the fourth way the universe communicates is through your dreams. Now, it's the subconscious that creates our dreams. And there's a lot going on in our subconscious minds that we're unaware of. And I'm someone that actually has quite vivid dreams, and I lucid dream as well. And so there's times where I wake up and my dream's just weird and I'm just like, what was that about? But then there's other times I wake up and I just know straight away what the message was in the dream. You know, it's sort of like a message of what's going on in the subconscious. And so it can be really beneficial to actually keep a dream journal right next to your bed. So when you wake up, as soon as you wake up, start writing down your dream and what happened, because it's really easy for us to forget. So that's why people recommend having a dream journal next to your bed. And as soon as you wake up, start jotting them down. Because there is always messages in our dreams. There's always some form of communication, something that it's trying to tell us. Now, the fifth way that the universe will communicate with you is just by that deep feeling or knowing. So this is your gut instincts or intuition. And your intuition is linked to your soul, which is linked to the higher self. So you can receive these intuitive messages that tell you things, and you just know things, or you just have this feeling. It could be like you meet someone for the first time and you might just have this feeling of I'm supposed to meet this person. And then down the track, this person ends up, for example, introducing you to someone else that presents you with an amazing opportunity. So that's an example of just a deep feeling or knowing. Or you could meet someone and you're just there's something not right about this person. I don't know what it is, but there's something off about this person. And then you find out something happens down the track that proves to you that you were right about that person. There was something off about them, they were dodgy or whatever. So I have found my gut instincts are always right whenever I feel like there's something off about a person. Something does happen that proves to me that my gut instincts were right. So pay attention to what your gut tells you. Learn to trust that intuition, because your intuition is always right and will always steer you right as well. Now, number 6 is signs. So this could be an actual sign with words, like a road sign, a billboard, or an Instagram post. For example, it could be like you've had a few drinks and you're planning to drive home and you're about to get into your car and you look up and you see a billboard that says, "Don't drink and drive." That's not a coincidence. That's like the first one, synchronicities. That's not a coincidence. It's communication from the universe that's trying to warn you, do not drink and drive. So it could be a literal sign with words in your face that's telling you something. So keep your eyes peeled for signs. Now, number 7 is during meditation. So while you're meditating, you can have a lot of communication and information coming through. It's normally from your higher self or spirit guides. And so this happens to me a lot. It's actually one of my favorite forms of communication because, I don't know, it just makes me feel really connected when I'm receiving this information, getting these downloads. So as you go into a meditative state, you close your eyes and you're disconnecting from the outer world, and your focus goes on the inner world. And as you focus on the inner world, your brainwaves also drop. You drop from beta to alpha to theta. And you just start sitting in this calm, peaceful state. You're just in that stillness. And as you sit in that stillness, that is when these messages will come up during meditation. They'll just pop in out of nowhere. It happens to me a lot, and I love it because, for example, if you had a problem on your mind, you're puzzled about something, you're like, what do? I don't know what to do. You can literally meditate on it, go into that meditative state, and the answers can pop up in your inner world. So again, this is communication from the universe, and it's great communication because I just find a lot of things come up for me when I'm in a meditative state. This is why I meditate daily. So I highly recommend starting this daily meditation practice if you don't already, because it really does strengthen your relationship with the universe and also your higher self. And so the stronger that relationship is, the more information, the more guidance will come through, the more downloads you will receive. And literally this information you get will guide you in life. It will guide you the right way. So I recommend to create a daily meditation habit. Now, number 8 is it can communicate to you through songs. So you may be listening to a song and the lyrics that are coming through might literally be a message for you. So be very mindful of what you're listening to, especially if you're listening to the radio and you've got random songs coming on, just random things are being played. And you might hear something that's very relevant to you and what you're dealing with in life. So be very mindful that the universe can communicate to you through songs, through lyrics, through music. Number 9 is random thoughts. So your brain is a receiver that receives thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You're the observer of the thoughts. And so you might receive a random thought that just pops in out of nowhere. It could be something like, I wonder how my mum is doing. It might be a good idea to pick the phone up and give your mum a call because she might not actually be doing well. And that could be communication from the universe that she's not doing well and to check in on her. You know, it could be a solution to your problem just popping in. You might have a problem on your mind that you're puzzled about. What do I do? And then out of nowhere, boom, solution just pops in your mind. So that's a form of communication from the universe as well. And the last one, number 10, is setbacks, delays, detours, roadblocks. These can also be communication from the universe. At the time, it might seem like a negative thing that's happening, but you may not understand the underlying reason for why it's happening. You know, it could be like your flight's been delayed, an interview's been cancelled. But what it might actually be is it might be the universe that's stepping in to do damage control to reposition you onto the right path. So be very aware and mindful of things like that. That may seem like it's a negative situation, but there just may be a positive reason for it. So those are the 10 ways the universe communicates with you. So I hope you have a bit more of an understanding, because when you can understand how it communicates, you're able to catch it. You know what I mean? You're able to pick up on it. And I find for me, I get communication from the universe all the time, all throughout my day, because I understand how it communicates. So I hope you like this video. I hope it was helpful for you and you got some sort of value. If you did, let me know by smashing the like button or write a comment. And if you like this sort of content, then subscribe and hit the bell notification. I hope you have an awesome day. Peace.